Guess who wants to become the next UK Prime Minister and is not, I repeat, is not being backed by Elon Musk? That's right. Good old Andrew Tate. Look, there are people claiming that he's being backed by Elon Musk, but that is just not true. All right? Now, is this a joke? I think it is, and I think the rest of the world also thinks it is. But this is not about what I or anyone else thinks. This is about what Andrew Tate thinks. Is Andrew genuinely concerned about what's going on in the UK? I believe so. I remember when Starmer accused every protester of being far right. Andrew Tate publicly condemned Starmer.
Keir did not just only say they're going to face the full force of the law. He told everybody with a point of view, everybody who's concerned about the safety of their children, that they are extremists.
He's spoken against the rising violent crime rate in the UK.
London is the stabbing capital of the world. You're not safe to leave your house.
And recently, he's even admitted that there are problems with Islam.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United Kingdom, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm the leader of the Bruv Party, Britain Restoring Underlying Values. And I'm here to introduce myself to you as the only hope and chance for the once Great Britain to repair itself from the eternal decline we are unfortunately being subjected to.
Bruv Party. I'm sorry. Bruv Party. Britain Restoring Underlying Values. I like it. It's catchy. But it's clear that he doesn't know what Britain's underlying values are. Because if he knew, he would not be a Muslim. Do you want to know what Britain's real underlying values are? That the period of enlightenment and the governments that came after that have been working really hard to destroy? It's Christianity. So the fact that he became a Muslim means that he is already going against British underlying values. This guy is a walking contradiction.
I'm extremely rich and very successful. And although this has not brought me much happiness or any new friends, it has certainly increased the variety and capability of my enemies. They have locked me in Romania for over 3 years. The UK Foreign Office instructed the Romanians to do exactly this on false charges that even Romanian courts now are admitting were completely fabricated because they fear my influence. And they fear my influence because the United Kingdom has been hijacked by Satanists.
Are Western ideologies satanic? Yes, they are. I mean, who can deny that feminism, secular humanism, and evolution are not satanic? Feminism and secular humanism are anti-God and anti-human ideologies. For goodness sakes, these ideologies are against human reproduction. These ideologies say that killing babies in the womb is good. They are pro-same-sex relationships. I mean, the list goes on. Evolution is also anti-God. It's not a scientific theory. Why? Because it's not observable in real life. We have to wait millions of years to see it. And who's ever going to live for that long? And all the evidence that they claim that they have for it just boils down to pointing out similarities between organisms and coming up with conjectures. Evolution is the perfect ideology to dehumanize human beings. The claim that humans evolved from a single-celled organism through natural selection, aka survival of the fittest, it really strips away any inherent value from human beings. No wonder why more people have died in the last 100 years at the hands of atheist leaders than at any other time in human history. Because once you start seeing humans through the lens of evolution, then human beings become nothing more than cattle. Their inherent value goes out the window. So yes, do I believe that the people who run the West are into Satanism? Absolutely, 100%. But do they fear Andrew Tate? No, they don't. No way. They don't fear you, Andrew Tate. You becoming a Muslim is probably what saved you. The only way they would have feared you is if you had converted to Christianity. And then you'd have probably got killed. Satanism is anti-Christian, not anti-Islam. Why? Because there's a lot of things that Islam teaches that lines up perfectly with their agenda. For example, Islam is pro-abortion. Well, so are Satanists. Islam is pro-divorce. So are feminists and Satanists. It's all the same thing, really.
Because they fear my influence. And they fear my influence because the United Kingdom has been hijacked by Satanists who have absolutely no concern for the people they are supposed to work for. They work for big banking interests and they ignore their constituents absolutely. There is currently nobody within the political class which will do the things which are necessary to repair our once great country. There is no reason for a city with a legacy like London to be running with blood and for drugs to constantly be found on our streets. There is no reason for a country like Great Britain that once had the most formidable navy on the planet to be endlessly invaded, incapable of defending its own borders.
First of all, Satanists work for Satan. They don't work for the people. So why is he asking as if Satanists are supposed to work for the interests of the people? That makes no sense at all. Of course they would ignore their constituents if they work for Satan. Now, there is a reason why a city that has a legacy like London is now running with blood and drugs on the streets and has its borders invaded. And this reason is London, the UK, has abandoned Christianity. This is what the period of Enlightenment was all about. The UK and the West thought they could build on Christian values without needing Christ as the anchor. They thought reason alone was sufficient. They thought they could be atheists and still live up to Jesus Christ's teaching. This is one of the ways of looking at it historically. Another way, which I find more plausible, is that the Enlightenment period was orchestrated by design. The ideologies that came after the Enlightenment period were intended to undermine and pervert Christian values like freedom of speech, individual rights, freedom of religion, etc. The reason why there's blood and drugs in the streets is because people abandoned Christianity and started following secular ideologies. It's really that simple.
The decisions that our rulers are currently making are not accidental, and I no longer believe it is incompetence. It is simply malice. They are deliberately trying to destroy our society.
I agree with that. That's true.
They are two-tier policing on purpose. They're allowing us to be invaded on purpose. They're allowing crime to run rampant on purpose. They're allowing drugs to run rampant on purpose. Because the politicians do not work for you. They work for somebody else. And those people want the UK and all of Western civilization to be destroyed.
No, those people want you to convert and become slaves to their ideology, which happens to be satanic. Do you know the way Christians follow Christ? Well, that's the exact same way they want you to follow Satanism. Proof that they want you to convert to their ideology is in the fact that they legalize child sacrifice for abortion. And now guess what? A lot of people are okay with abortion. They've undermined the sanctity of the institution of marriage by legalizing same-sex marriage and no-fault divorce. And now guess what? Loads of people don't believe in getting married. They cleared the path for promiscuity to become rampant by legalizing contraception. And now guess what? Loads of people think it's okay, good even, to be promiscuous. They told you that you were not created by God, that you are a product of evolution, that you evolved from a bacteria. And now guess what? Loads of people are atheists because they believe that humans evolved from apes. So when you see the government two-tier policing on purpose, allowing illegal immigration on purpose, or allowing crime to run rampant on purpose, is because they have an agenda. In my opinion, they are creating chaos so they can bring about a new order that they want, that fits with their agenda and is satanic in nature. And yes, the politicians, or some of them at least, do not work for the people. They work for someone else. I call them the occult.
They're going to laugh at my attempt to become prime minister. They're going to do their very best to delegitimize me. They're going to say that I'm not serious, that I don't stand a chance of winning, exactly like they did to Donald Trump at the beginning. These people do not understand that the world is changing. The youth is with us. And with time, as these people grow old and die, and the youth stays mobilized, we can take our countries back. You don't have to like me. This is beyond...
That's not how it works, Andrew Tate. That's not how it works.
...beyond the politician. This is about the politics. You can hate me with all of your being. But even if you hate me, I guarantee you your streets will be safer. I guarantee you the invasion will end. I guarantee you our economy will be more prosperous. Those who love me and hate me alike will benefit from my leadership as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And I will be addressing the pressing concerns that the people of the UK face in these prime directives here on Twitter, so you can see what real leadership looks like.
This is him just talking shit. When he says the youth is with us, he's talking nonsense and showing his ignorance. The youth is not with you. The youth is with the feminist ideology. The youth is with the theory of evolution. The youth is with secular humanism. The youth is with LGBTQ. The youth over generations have been indoctrinated by these ideologies in schools, universities, social media, etc. It's because the youth is so morally degenerate that they allowed things to become this bad in the first place. Don't forget, the youth might not like Islam and Muslims, but that doesn't mean they like Christianity either. It doesn't mean they want abortion or same-sex marriage to be made illegal.
When an issue appears, I'll tell you exactly how I would fix it. I previously laid out how I would fix the knife crime epidemic. I previously laid out how I would fix the shores being invaded by people who are not British and do not share our culture. And I will continue to lead by example and show competence and explain to you exactly how I fix the issues, as Keir Starmer and the other MPs refuse to show up in the House of Commons or discuss anything that matters at all. We will take our country back, or our country will fall. We are in a binary scenario. It is 1 or 0. It's not okay. It will not be fine. It will not fix itself. And these people currently sitting in those chairs in the Houses of Commons have no intention at all of fixing it. Their only intention is to hold on to power, to destroy the country, to enrich themselves, and to delegitimize anybody who they see as a genuine threat to the stranglehold they had on our once great nation.
How exactly would he fix the shores being invaded by people who are not British and do not share our culture? Is he going to lead by example and get on the first plane out of the UK to a Muslim country since he also is a Muslim? You see what I mean? This guy doesn't think things through. You're a Muslim, Andrew. As a Muslim, you have to believe and agree with Sharia law. And Sharia law is not compatible with British values and culture. So how are you exactly planning to become Prime Minister? Unless you are practicing taqiyya and you are concealing your true intentions, which is to infiltrate British politics for the benefit of Islam. I heard your solution for knife crime and it's bullshit, Andrew. Harsher, longer prison sentences and humiliation doesn't deter criminals. Look at America. The only thing that stops knife crime is a strong nuclear family and Christian values. As far as the politicians' intentions goes, I think it's bigger than enriching themselves, to be honest with you. I think it's way more sinister and malicious.
Only thing you can rely on in European politics is the perma-failure of our political class. None of these things are going to get better. Nothing is going to get fixed. Nothing is ever going to change. But this perma-failure can work against them. Because as they fail to address issues and fail to take me seriously as a political candidate, on a long enough time frame, I will win. My promise to everyone at home is that I will deliver my manifesto instantly and efficiently. You can download the manifesto at votebruv.co.uk for free, and you will be able to see exactly how I intend to fix the UK. If I do not implement my manifesto within 3 months of power, I will step down myself. If I take power and shadow interests, hidden figures prevent me from implementing my manifesto, I will tell all of you why they are stopping me and who they are. I will be transparent and explain exactly why we cannot fix our country. I understand by doing this, they're going to try and put me in jail.
Don't vote Bruv, Tory, Labour or Reform. These are all secular liberal parties. Vote for Christian People's Alliance Party. Why? Because it was secular liberal values that got us into this multiculturalism, Islam, immoral mess in the first place. It was the Tories and Labour that legalized abortion, contraception, same-sex marriage, no-fault divorce, you name it. It was because of the Tories and the Labour Party that British people are not even reproducing enough to replace themselves. This is why the birth rate is so low. So vote for a Christian party. Vote for Christian People's Alliance.
They're going to try and put me in jail like they already have. I understand by doing this I'm making very powerful enemies. But men must live for something larger than themselves. Their perma failure will eventually lead to their destruction, and we will reunite as a country and take our borders back. There is nothing left to lose. There is no longer any time to wait. Our country is falling apart around us, and in this world where things move faster than they ever have, the process is accelerating. America has managed to save itself with Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and now the United Kingdom needs somebody who is prepared to do the hard things which must be done, who's prepared to be the bad guy, who's prepared to take the heat and risk his life to save our once great nation before it is too late. If you would like to see me as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, you can support the BRUV mission, Britain Restoring Underlying Values, simply by signing up for the email list at votebruv.co.uk.
I'll vote for Andrew if he converts to Christianity and forms a Christian party. I'm not voting for a Muslim who claims to believe in British values. We already have Sadiq Khan for that, and look at how that's turning out for London. What's the solution? Vote for Christian People's Alliance Party. You want to save the British nuclear family? You want to save British young girls? You want to increase the birth rate? You want to end the corruption in British politics? You want to put an end to illegal immigration and knife crime? Do you want to oppose Islam and win without being called a racist or a Islamophobe? Then vote for Christian People's Alliance Party and you will see. Let's stand for true British values that come from Christian values. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.